All right, all right, all right. It's a late start for me. Just too cold to get out of bed. So, are we looking at the right page? Yep. Okay. All right. So we can't call this a shooting star, really. And right now we're opening up down 18. It's kind of early. It could flatten out. But if we opened up around here, we'd open up at about 66. Well, below yesterday's low. That's interesting enough, but again, um, I can't really call that a shooting star. That's not the appropriate doji for a shooting star. But we do have that gap below us. We could very well push down to cover that gap. Obviously, a major divergence on the upside. So this could be a higher low, and we push down one more time. Again, I think that we are going to make a I mean, this could be a high, lower high, but I think we're going to make a higher low, close the gap, and then that should begin the Christmas rally. So if you haven't made your purchases for what you think is going to be high flying, this may very well be your opportunity to get in over the next couple of days. That was a nice move up. So people may not want to hold that over the weekend, that move up. And so we may get a couple of days, a couple of down days. I would not be surprised to see that. So short term, looking at the 60-minute, I mean, that would be more of a shooting star. But we're going to open up considerably lower than that. Wait a minute. Where did we close? 701? Yeah, 701. All right. So we're going to open up at about 80 or 91. Yeah, so we're still opening up just below yesterday's. 701. Yeah, I thought that'd be the number. That was the number I was looking for too the other day. I didn't realize it hit right on the head. I actually lost interest in the market midday. Um, so we'll keep an eye on that and look for our purchases based on that downtick. The 10-year, bink, dink, dink, it's grinding up. I think it'll probably tag this 1562, trade back down, make like an inverted head and shoulders, and then you'll see it start ripping up once it breaks this high. I mean, that's a whole lot of speculation on the movement, but that's kind of the pattern I see setting up over here. So keep an eye on that, and you might see it. If you want to play that, you just buy the TBT, which is short on bond prices. Interest rates go up, bond prices go down. So TBT would be a way to play that short. XOM, XOM, XOM. Looks like it's weakening. Might come down, give you another dip, another opportunity to get into it cheap. Again, very high paying stock. Love the stock. Verizon, I like Verizon. Got to be close to 5% in dividend right there. So, you could buy the dip, but looks like a trend reversal might be building as long as it doesn't break this low. If it breaks that high or the high of the previous day, then the trend reversal will happen. You don't really have to play it on that. But because it's not really a trading stock. So just buy the dip. Every time it goes down, that dividend yield pops up and you're making some money. If you wanted to trade it, though, that's a pretty decent head and shoulders right there. And, it would be nicer if the grind down was a little more aggressive, but that's an indication that that trend is ending. So breaking that, you should get something aggressive. You're going to have a lot of resistance in these moving averages right here. Viacom, I bought Viacom. Again, still like the company. It's starting to get some attention, some upgrades. You might see that 29 number again if you want to put that away. Yeah, value-wise, I think the company's good for about 64 once everything settles. Tesla for a trade today. This bad boy's just grinding. There's really nothing I'm looking at short term. I mean, you know, the stock's moving enough these days that you could trade it just like we trade the SPX intraday. But as far as a day trade, I mean, you may come back down, close out that gap. Today might be the day, today or Friday. But close out that gap, and then it'll start its march up. Keep an eye out for that. I like me some space down here. This is a good long-term, just put it away kind of security. Looks like it might be making a V bottom. You can just chip away at this and forget about it. You don't have to be that that tactful with it. Palladium. Once automobiles start kicking off, you could expect this to start rising. It's a commodity that's the majority of it's consumed in automobile production, and that's why it's down so cheap. So, and it is well oversold at this point. So you could keep an eye on it. This is an ETF that tracks palladium. Unless you go out and buy the futures, this is a good place to throw some cash and keep an eye on it. And yet, you know, the car companies are kind of growing disenchanted with chip companies, and they're saying whatever it takes, whatever we have to do, we're going to start up in production. So, you know, you could start looking for that to happen. And if they bring the prices of cars down, people are going to jump on them. Nvidia. Oh, look at that nice hammer. That's the purchase right there, breaking that. I think we talked about that yesterday. This is a nice inside bar. So if you want to trade it, just wait for the break of the high or the low of yesterday, and you can trade it in that direction. My bias is to the upside on it, but today could be a pullback day. We're back 2 points already. Is that yesterday's bar? Yeah, that's yesterday's bar. So, I mean, you may come down back and close these gaps, but every indication is that you would have a bullish bias on this. But if you're playing an inside bar, you just take the break and expect it to close or take some off at the open of the gap and have the close of your gap your target. Netflix. This could be it's too aggressive to be a flag. Looks like it's rolling around. Could be a V bottom. Keep an eye on it. I bet it'll build the head and shoulders also. This being the head, this being a shoulder. You just need the next shoulder before the move up. Microsoft, I'm not interested in. Honeywell. Oh, that's a nice hammer. Take the break. Honeywell's a good long-term investment. Let's just take a quick look at Apple. It's running. Just going to let it run. There's no entry there. You could look for dips. Just let it do what it's got to do. I'm not going to chase it. Be careful of this 120. Looks like it might be a shooting star. Could turn around on you right there. And the VIX. The VIX should be easing on down, right? Yep, there it goes. Look at that, man. That spike is definitely an indication that things are oversold. Momentum's grinding down. It's closing out the gap. I think the VIX is going to start fading off, obviously, as people get more comfortable. So anyway, that's my spiel. We looked at the interest rates. And I hope everybody's doing well in this market. We're getting a lot of volatility. It's a good market for traders. Not so good market for income investors who are using income strategies, but yeah, you know, that's the hang up of volatility. So everybody be calm and cool and relaxed when you're trading. If you like what I'm doing, hit the subscribe and hit the like button. And if you want to drop me a comment or let me know there's something you want to see or any sort of input, please do so. I'm working on setting myself up again so that I could stream comfortably. I don't know when that's going to be, but keep your ears open and if you hit that bell, you'll get a notification when I'm up, and you'll know what's going on. So everybody, be calm, cool, be at peace when you trade, and good luck trading.